Okay, so you have done your research, you've submitted to your agents, you have all your tools, your headshots, and your resumes. Now it's time to meet the agent. What should you expect? What should you prepare for? Lots of things to do and know before you get there, right? Right, Ryan?
Absolutely, yeah. The more prepared you are, the better it will likely go. The better agents will want to talk to you, get a feel for you. Some agents won't even ask you to come in. They'll just say, yeah, we're good, we'll represent you, sign these papers that are attached and whatnot.
And that could be good too.
It's not necessarily a bad thing if they do it that way, but in my opinion, the agents that I've liked my relationship best with are the ones that I've met with and got a sense of what they were about, what they represented, and where they were wanting to take my career, and the ones that got a sense of me, so that they were sending me out more often because they were like, well, they knew what I looked like, they knew what I acted like, and what my capabilities were at that point in my career. So, and when you get there, really try and calm your nerves. I was devastatingly nervous because it was my first encounter. You want to impress them, you want to get that agent, but then once you get there, try and calm yourself down. Be professional. Show up on time if you have an appointment. Don't be late. Be early as you can. Be and dress nice, and try and impress them in that way. But then have a good monologue ready that represents what
who you are,
what vein you want to get into, so that they can see how you shine, and then use that to your advantage and send you out on that type of work.
Yeah, you just brought up a good point. Something I didn't really think about till you just said that was go in there, be prepared for anything really. Yeah. But go in there, and maybe if you have a couple monologues, awesome. That was something that's smiley. Now I want to see something more dramatic. Whatever. They may throw a commercial at you. What else?
Read,
cold read.
Make you just do whatever.
But make sure that if it's on your resume, you can do it.
This is true.
Like if you say you can speak Russian, make sure you can speak Russian. Like I have it on my resume that as a hobby I sing, and I've gone into agents before and they've been like, oh, I see on here you sing, and it's like, oh yeah, and they're like, all right, sing for us. Well, if you don't have a song, then you're kind of in the corner there, and you just have to come up with something on the spot. So you have to make sure that if it's on your resume, you can do it, and you're prepared to do it.
Right. And have some questions. That said, don't go in there with all these questions so you look good. There are specific questions you should know walking in there. Like, do you have a bunch of people that look like me? Do I have a lot of competition? So there's a lot of questions that you should have ahead of time for them, because remember, they're there to work for you as well as you for them. It's a two-way street. So like Ryan said, you want to go in there and you're like, oh, I want to get this agent. But, talk to them, see what they're about, and
make sure it's a good fit for both of you.
Exactly.
And keep in mind that even though you might have one agent that's huge and very renowned, and that seems like it would be the one that you definitely want to get with, then maybe you have another smaller one that's interested in you. If the big agent has 25 people that look just like you with very similar characteristics and all that stuff, but that smaller agent might only have 3 people like you might want to go with that smaller agent. And
you'll get called more
because they're going to have a lot of opportunities as well, and they're not going to have nearly as many people to spread those opportunities over. So you're more likely to get more castings and more experience and opportunities that way.
There's different agents that are going to do different things. So you have some agents that they send you out on film, TV shows, commercials, what have you. But then there are also convention agents, or there's different agents. So what is it that you're after?
And don't be afraid to ask them questions. Like, for example, with Sela, we've had an agent once that wanted to represent her for print, commercial, film, TV, and she already had a film, TV agent. So instead of saying completely no to this agency, I called the owner up and I said, we really would like to do print with you. We'd like to do commercial with you, but unfortunately we can't sign this contract. And they changed it. So don't be afraid to ask.
To ask it, because
you don't know it unless you ask.
Exactly. Yeah. Very true.
And if anything feels weird, you don't have to do anything when you meet an agent. They can offer you to represent. They can do whatever they want. You don't have to do anything. So if you feel like they might not be the right fit or whatever, you can say, thank you, I'm going to take this info and think about it, and then I'll get back to you as soon as I have a decision, and then leave. So don't ever feel pressured into having to make that decision right at that first meeting. Yeah. It's a great way to meet them.
There's also, if they ask you for money up front, run.
No.
You don't have to pay any money. They make their money off of you. So if you book a job, then they get a cut. When you book a job, they will get their percentage.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We hope that all the information that we provided you has been informative. On behalf of myself, Tanya Kerr, I want to thank Janine and Ryan. And our friends over here, Sela and Laura Austria. And more to come, so join us for another episode of 247 Cast in the Know Talent Talks. See you next time.